may have also killed a 32-year-old lot.
The suspected killer has been linked to as many as 13 murders and may have eaten some of his victims' body parts. Tamara Mitrofanovna Samsonova, known as Granny Ripper and Baba Yaga, is a Russian murderer and suspected serial killer who was arrested in July 2015. She has been hospitalized 3 times in psychiatric hospitals and may be schizophrenic. Samsonova was born on 25 April 1947 in the city of Uzhur. After graduating from high school, she arrived in Moscow and entered the Moscow State Linguistic University. After graduating, she moved to St. Petersburg, where she married Alexei Samsonova. In 1971, she and her husband settled in the newly built panel house number 4 on Dimitrov Street. For some time, she worked for Intourist travel agency, in particular, in the Grand Hotel Europe. The amount of work experience Samsonova gathered at the time of her retirement was 16 years. In 2000, Samsonova's husband disappeared. She contacted the police, but searches yielded nothing. 15 years later, in April 2015, she contacted the investigative unit of the Fruzensky district in Mind, St. Petersburg, and gave a statement about her husband's disappearance. After her husband's disappearance, Samsonova rented out a room in her apartment. On 6 September 2003, during a quarrel, she killed her tenant, Sergei Potanin. He was a 44-year-old resident from Norilsk. She dismembered his corpse and disposed of it on the streets of St. Dizihis Way. In March 2015, a mutual friend asked 79-year-old Valentina Nikolaevna Ulanova, who also lived on Dimitrov Street, to shelter Samsonova temporarily, while Samsonova, because apartment was being renovated. Samsonova lived in Ulanova's apartment for several months, helping with the housework. The relationship between the two deteriorated, and when Ulanova asked Samsonova to leave, she refused to move out. Samsonova go to Pushkin and persuaded a pharmacist to sell her prescription phenazepam pills. She put the pills in an Olivier salad, Ulanova's favorite salad, and gave them to Ulanova. On the night of 23rd of July, Samsonova found Ulanova's body lying on the kitchen floor. Samsonova did the body with 2 knives and a saw and bagged up the pieces. She left pieces of Ulanova's body scattered about as she made several trips to take all the bags out of the apartment. Ulanova's dismembered body, wrapped in a bathroom curtain, was found on the evening of 26 July, near a pond at house number 10 on Dimitrov Street. The package had not attracted attention for several days until a resident took an interest in its contents. The identity of the deceased was established on 27th of July after a survey of apartment residents. When police officers knocked on Ulanova's apartment, Samsonova opened the door. Police found traces of blood in the bathroom and the fastening from the torn-off curtain. Tamara Samsonova, 68-year-old, was arrested July 28th after security video footage emerged of her taking several large plastic bags out of the apartment block in the middle of the night. Police reportedly found diary entries in the Tamara Samsonova home detailing how she apparently cut up 13 people. CCTV footage reportedly showed the pensioner carrying the woman's body in a black plastic bag as she attempted to dispose of it. A torso with 1 leg and 1 arm was discovered near a pond 3 days later. Upon her arrest, police allegedly found a diary in her apartment containing accounts of several other murders which she had apparently committed. One diary entry is alleged to say,
"I killed my tenant Volodya, cut him to pieces in the bathroom with a knife and put the pieces of his body in plastic bags and threw them away in the different parts of Fruzensky district."
Tamara Samsonova allegedly confessed to the murder in written diaries. They were written in Russian, English, and German. Between the entries about the alleged murder, Samsonova reportedly wrote about her day-to-day life. After her arrest, Samsonova reportedly told police she killed Valentina Ulanova, 79, following a fight over dirty dishes. Investigators believe she gave the victim an overdose of sleeping pills before her body with a hacksaw while she was still alive. Samsonova is also suspected of killing her husband, whom she reported missing in 2005. Her husband has never been found, dead or alive. Appearing in court earlier this week for the slaying of Ulanova, Samsonova stated,
"It was all done deliberately. With this last I close the chapter."
When Judge Roman Chebuterievast asked her,
"I have been asked to arrest you. What do you think?"
she replied,
"You decide, Your Majesty. However, I was guilty and I deserve to be punished."
In a long-awaited verdict, Judge ordered that she would spend the rest of her life in a mental institution after a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. The court heard she represents a threat to those around her and herself, and she required intensive monitoring. A judge ordered her to be sent 950 miles east in a specially guarded train to a high-security Kazan psychiatric prison hospital for detailed assessment. The institution, known for its severe regime, was used by Joseph Stalin's vicious secret police chief Lavrentiy Beria to shut away political prisoners during the Soviet era. It is now called Kazan Psychiatric Hospital of Special Purpose and with Intensive Guarding. In court after she was remanded in custody, Samsonova told assembled journalists,
I knew you would come. It's such a disgrace for me. All the city will know.
Later she blew a kiss to the reporters, and when Judge Roman Chebotaryov invited Samsonova to address the court, she replied,
It's stuffy here. Can I go out?
She then added,
I was getting ready for this court action for dozens of years. It was all done deliberately.